All right, boys. So here we are with some more discussion videos. Again, I want to say I thank you guys for enjoying the type of content. Just because I've been reading the comments. You guys been really enjoying, obviously giving you guys 2 cents. And obviously yesterday we did a video talking about how LR Milim ruined PvP. And a lot of you probably already agreed with it, which was kind of a no-brainer. Just because, again, she was just such a broken character. But here we are with another discussion videos, and this is using the Beta Leaks app that we usually get from the Forest server, which I always try to make sure I put in the comments down below, pinned, so you guys can join the Discord if you want to look for leaks yourself. And this one was pretty interesting because pretty much it discussed kind of the betas that's in development. Now again, these are beta leaks. So again, guys, take this stuff with a grain of salt. This is just more so a video on discussions about these potential leaks. This not meaning that these are going to actually happen. All right, I'm not going to say, yeah, this is going to be 100% going to happen. But I am going to talk about it just so you guys can have a discussion video on it. So the first thing he says, right, beta leaks update currently development and may not be final, which is true. It says auto button, which will be added to the Labyrinth and will be added to Skull and Hottie. Now, Labyrinth could be pretty good, just because, again, I know people who somehow luckily enough to get Gelda, they just be farming the Labyrinth, man. Like, Gelda just absolutely destroys the Labyrinth. Usually people just go with one Gelda, and that's it. In terms of, like, soloing just with Gelda. And then, obviously, autoing for Skull and Hottie. Is it an auto for the deer? I don't even think there's an auto for the deer, is it? So Skull and Hottie getting a auto, it will be kind of interesting, just because, again, it does feature 2 units, which could be hard for the auto function. So unless they nerf it, it could be a little bit difficult, but we'll see if that actually does happen. And we got Hawk Pass outfits for Pelagard, Salos, Loki, Trista, and Tarmiel. Tarmiel is a really interesting one because that's a random slot to put in, but we have to see what the Hawk Pass outfits are going to be. Now, if you've seen with the latest one, I think the one with Anne, they did go back into the painting Hawk Pass theme, which is kind of weird because usually they make their own unique themes for the Hawk Pass season. But it seemed like they probably ran out of ideas to create, so they going back to the older themes, man, with a simpler outfits. But it'd be kind of interesting to see what kind of outfits we get. That's the same thing, like it's Hawk Pass outfits and Labyrinth outfits where you be thinking to yourself like, okay, we're gonna get something really good for a hype character and stuff like that. Because like I want them to have more Labyrinth outfits, because I ain't gonna lie, y'all, they've been slacking with Labyrinth outfits. Like, when was the last time we got a Labyrinth outfit? Was it like UR Escanor? I think it was UR Escanor the last time we got a Labyrinth outfit. It was either that or Hail. And after that, they have literally just ran out of ideas for those outfits. It's just straight reruns. We got Catastrophes. There will be a boss slash event where you're forced to use Kata units. Any other characters takes 1000% more damage. LR Lilia will be a must-have. And Story will introduce Citri, and we'll see her full moveset. Or Catastrophe will wake up from their nightmares, join the battle alongside Roxy, Valenti, and Lilia. This will hint to Awaken Shin. Ooh, Awaken Shin could be pretty cool. You know, probably like a cool 600 unit banner. That could be really interesting. But again, a boss event where you have to be forced to use Katat units, that could be a little bit annoying, just because, again, most of the Catastrophes are pretty trash. The only good ones like LR Lilia and Roxy. All the other ones is like decently mid, like, or just trash in general. I know Mono can be okay-ish. But other than Lilia and Roxy, there's no updated version of Catastrophe that are, you know, reasonably good. Everything else is just pretty much mid. So being forced to use the Catastrophe units would be kind of pretty annoying, to say the least. It'll be pretty annoying. So hopefully it's a simpler boss, like maybe a boss battle where, you know, it's just a boss battle, like probably like a different version of, you know, the nightmares or something like that. You gotta fight it like a super boss, yeah, like a super boss. So it'd be a super boss, probably like a Salos or Sabnok, and then you fight it, and then you get a new final boss outfit for Sabnok or Salos. Who knows? But hopefully something like that. And then we got Duel Festival that will release. Now this is the hype part. All right, we got Bond and ELAINE. Whoa, like that was one of the kind of dual fest that people wanted instead of King and Diane, but which is Bond and ELAINE. That could be super hype just because there are really good Bond characters and really good ELAINE characters. And again, usually they just fall out because again of their teams or their CC. That's kind of what ELAINE be having trouble with, because like her CC is so terrible that obviously you don't be trying to use her, especially with the fairy team. Yeah, Marilli and Escanor, that also could be a really hype dual festival. Again, I don't know if they are going to do that just because Escanor in terms of the SDS story is gone, unless it's going to be like a past release like what they did with not what's the man, Corrupted Mael, where it's like a past Marilli and Escanor so they can be together. Who knows? Got Gother and Mael, kind of a weird one, but I could see it. Gother Mael, I was thinking about Wheelchair Gother and Gother. That could be pretty cool. Or pretty much Wheelchair Gother is in the back while Gother is in the front line getting controlled by Gother, and then Gother is just pretty much Doll Gother is just attacking, kind of like a freaking Pokemon battle. But Gother and Mael could be pretty cool. You got Zeldris and Gelda. Now this is a fan favorite. Again, everybody love they Zeldris and Gelda couple. Again, could be pretty cool. Kind of wondering if they will make Gelda unknown like how she is in the game, or will they just classify the vampire race as demons, what we've seen with the Eminence and Shadow, where Eminence and Shadow characters are elves but they are considered the fairy category. I wonder if these gonna go flat demons for Zeldris and Gelda, since they now do subcategories for races. Then we have Gloxinia and Droll, also a really solid two. That actually could be a really solid one, just because again they are commandments, not per se demons. They are commandment characters, so you don't need to use them on demon teams. And with Gloxinia and Droll, we have the new King and Diane, and that could really support them. You know, again, the whole problem what I have with the King and Diane festival is that their main team that you want to run them on is fairies, but unfortunately the fairies feature collab units. Like it features Alpha, Beta, and Shadow. That is the best team you want to run. But unfortunately, if you missed out on that collab, you're most likely going to be stuck with Sins, which Sins is okay-ish. Not great, but okay-ish. So if Gloxinia and Droll gets a unit together, or even newer characters, that could be insane. Especially if they make an LR Droll. Oh my god, that could be insane too. You got OC x OC, most likely Ragnarok. Ew, but I'm just leave it at that. I don't know if people really care about OCs like that for Grand Cross. But we got 4 units to release. We got Donnie, Ironside, Eldlin, Hauser, Percival Festival, Tristan Festival. Again, the character that most people want to see is a Tristan Festival. Hopefully for November Festival is usually like a future character. That's why we got Lancelot so early, because he was a November Festival. And again, those November festivals are future characters. So hopefully Tristan comes out in November and we finally get the best character. All right, the main character. And then you got festivals of this year. Now again, they are letting us know what will be the festival themes. We got July being 7 Deadly Sins. Again, we don't know what this means. It could mean a character that's in the future, like what we see with Deanne and King being married, or this could be a past character in the past, like we have with Corrupted Mael. We'll have to see. We got Ragnarok. Again, Ragnarok story is still upon us. It's probably, I think, a couple of chapters in where it's about to be almost finished. So hopefully they continue the Ragnarok story and we can finish it by probably next year. We got November for Koa. Like I said before, the November festival is usually where you have the future characters. So hopefully Tristan there. And they got In-Year Meliodas. I don't know about In-Year Meliodas, but again, we still don't have King Meliodas, so that could be an option. I thought they would be switching to like a Percival for end of year, just because Percival is technically the main character for Four Nights of Apocalypse. So but again, I can see Meliodas, who is kind of like the he's like the Pikachu of 7 Deadly Sins. All right, you want to have this guy somewhere some way, somehow, for kind of the hypest moments of Grand Cross, and the hypest moments is usually end of year. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do drop another Meliodas, even if it's a Meliodas from the past too. Like, remember guys, we haven't gotten the Berserk Meliodas where he has that blank stare face either. They could drop that, or you know, King Meliodas, who you know, was like one of the last characters in the game in terms of the story. And then you have other info, which is King Dian will get a summer skin. That's kind of obvious. 4 co-units will get a summer skin, probably the waifus, but we'll see. Which is like Anne, I think. You got downloaded and playing Origin will give 100+ gems, which Origins is dropping this year. I think late this year. So probably a November or October type of thing. You got OCs from Origins will get added to Grand Cross. No info on this yet, apart from Tiore. And if you don't know what Tiore is this character, which is King Ndian's daughter. So, or one of the kids. So yeah, could be a character. Again, we did see this with Tower. What was it? Tower of God, where Tower of God, you know, for their celebration gave us the collab, and we was able to get, you know, the Tower of God units. Oh my God, what did they do a Origin X 7 Deadly Sins collab for the end of the year for our last collab? Because I was hyping up like solo leveling, but they could possibly collab with their own game, and they may call this a collab. Okay, oh my God, man, that would be tough. That would be tough. I ain't gonna lie to you. And again, they just showing you like pretty much examples from the files and stuff like that. You know, you got Mael, Gother, Gelda, Zeldris. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. Again, let me know what you think of this beta leak update. Obviously, some of these stuff could be true, some of these stuff could be, you know, wrong, but they definitely have a lot of hype stuff and hype stuff potential as well. Again, I feel like we are going to get a Catastrophe update pretty soon, and we're obviously going to get Salos probably for the summer event, just because again, from last year we had Sabnok was the seasonal summer festival, but since they stopped doing seasonal festival, we could get Salos for a summer event or summer 600 banner, like we see with the new Hale. Because remember, Hale was Academy Spring, so she was a spring event or spring festival like units. But we'll have to see. Let me know how you feel about this beta leak app update. So I hope you guys enjoy this. From Lee guys, I'm out. Peace.